ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Welcome to the ultimate backstage pass, the pulsating heart of the high school sports universe. Get ready to rock with the gang from the Corner to Corner podcast as they take their sports obsessions to new heights. Meet the dream team, Sean Kiper, Neil Payne, Adam Muncy, Wes Crouch, and Darren Stevens, as they unpack the secrets, emotions, and triumphs that light up our local sports heroes. Whether you're gearing up for a game or unleashing cheers from the stands, get ready for an exclusive scoop that'll knock your socks off. It's showtime.
And welcome back to another episode of From Corner to Corner, episode Stone Cold Steve Austin. And if you don't know what that is, you haven't been listening to our show for 3.5, 4 years now. And I'm not telling you what episode it is if you don't know. It is 2025, Darren, by the time that we have played this show anyways, because at this point, everybody's like, man, is the other guys just left the show? I'll give you a little secret. We recorded all these before the season was over with so we could take a couple of weeks off and be with our families. So that's why it's just been me and Darren on these episodes.
Well-deserved time off.
Yeah. Although, well, yeah, technically there's no basketball games past the weekend of the 20th in December. So it really is truly 2 weeks off. What will we do? Not seeing each other all the time.
I don't know.
We got to come pack up the studio at some point. So, all right. So we are continuing on with our Wheel O random choices for our Rushmores to wrap up the year. We've got 2 left. PlayStation games. PlayStation 1 or PlayStation 2, older games, like the original PlayStation games. That's what I should have said, original PlayStation games. And Christmas movies. Are you excited about either one of these?
I'm actually excited about both of these.
Okay. Are you ready for the wheel?
I am ready for the wheel.
All right. Without further ado. At this point, I mean, it's just part of the wheel.
Yeah.
Christmas movies. So the one that I thought would wind up being first was PlayStation games, and this wound up going to be in last. That's really funny. By the way, we will do the wheel, even though there's only one choice on it next week, because you can't do a Mount Rushmore without the wheel. It's part of the wheel. I mean, it's part of it. So, all right. So Christmas movies. Whoops.
We've already picked, Sean.
Yeah, hit that on accident. Sorry. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I did this pretty quick because my top 4 Christmas movies are pretty set in stone. Although there are so many good ones, but it's pretty easy, honestly. Well, you went first last week, so I guess I can go first this week. God, I miss doing these Rushmores, man. They were so much fun.
And for those who just started listening, way back in the day when it was just Neil and Sean, every single week, Sean would tell Neil, you went first last week, so I'll go first this week.
But it was always me going first.
Sometimes it was planned. Most of the time, it was Sean just could not remember who went first last week.
100%. You were 100%. So, all right. My number 4. This was actually the toughest choice on the list. Because I kind of like Christmas with the Cranks. I kind of like the Grinch movie, the newer one. And then this one, there's actually 3 of them. So you try to figure out which one of them that you like the most. So I sat back and I thought, which one has the most comical relief to it of these movies? And I think it's number 1, Santa Claus.
Yep. I knew exactly when you said there's 3 of them.
Yeah, because honestly, my favorite of the 3 is number 2 when he gets Mrs. Claus. But you have to go with the original, because when he first becomes Santa Claus and is going through the transformation and he's trying to hide the fat and the hair just pops right back out, he'll shave it off and it pops right back out.
Kind of like
that is some of the funniest.
Kind of like Evan Almighty.
Yes. That is some of the funniest scenes in not only Christmas movies, but in movies, period. And Tim Allen is one of the best actors of all time. He really is. Very underrated.
Perfect choice.
Yes.
For that.
And so there's actually conspiracy theorists out there that say that this entire thing was planned by the elves and that the new Santa knew what he was doing. They had been planning it because there were elves throughout the entire movie early on, and that Santa's been coming to this house all these years, and then he falls this one particular time. Nobody was shocked when Calvin shows up at the North Pole. It's like they knew that he was coming. I saw that video the other day, and my mind was blown.
Scott Calvin.
Yeah, Scott Calvin. Yeah. So, but that's my number 4, The Santa Claus Part Uno.
Part Uno.
Yeah, I almost went Part Dur.
Part Dur. My number 4 is probably going to have to be Bad Santa. I don't know
Who
why.
is that plays that?
Billy Bob Thornton.
Okay, yeah.
And the little blonde kid that all he wants to do is make him some sandwiches.
I have not seen that all the way through.
There's some language in it,
And
but it is actually a really funny movie.
Yeah, it probably is. I mean, the title of it's probably one of the reasons why we never watched it. So, but I have heard a lot of people say they really
Hopefully
like
Grant Canoy is not listening, or John.
So, all right, that's a good one. Number 3 has been mentioned earlier in one of these episodes when we was talking about Christmas songs.
You're going all the way down to number 3.
Yes, with Home Alone.
That is not where I thought you were going with that.
We talked about 2 Christmas movies, but yes, Home Alone. And man, the top 3 are all like really, really close. They are must watches for me every holiday season. Again, number 1 stands alone. Number 2 was funny. Number 3 wasn't even Macaulay Culkin, should have never been made.
No.
But number 1 by itself could have been and should have been hot take there. Home Alone should have been a standalone movie. It should not have been a franchise.
No.
Because nothing tops the first one.
No.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I'm going to go, because that was going to be my number 3. So I'm going to go deviate just a little bit, just so we don't have the same, because I have a feeling our number 1 is still going to be the same. And I'm going to go give an ode to my wife. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay. When you said that, I knew what you were talking about, but I couldn't think of the name of the movie.
It looks like Nightmare Before Christmas puked in our house 365 days a year.
Another movie I have never watched.
I've watched it one time.
I'm surprised you don't have to watch it all the time.
Well, I mean, all the way through.
Oh, gotcha. Speaking of,
But I know all the characters. By now, I know all the characters, what they look like. Jack, Sally, the bear, Lock, Shock, and Barrel, Zero. Got them all.
so a couple weeks ago, we're flipping through the channels. Elizabeth had the remote. She stops at the Wizard of Oz. Okay? At the beginning of the Wizard of Oz. Maybe 3 minutes into it. 4 tops. She makes the comment, I've never seen this movie all the way through. So we sat there and we watched that entire movie from that point forward.
The original?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And then, like, 3 nights ago, it was on again. And she made the same comment. And I said, honey, we just watched this movie 2 weeks ago. All the way. No, I haven't seen it. I said, you picked up in the black and white. She was talking to the dude that was Oz. She was talking to the dude at the trailer. We watched the rest of the movie. I didn't. I said, yes, you did. You sat right there. I watched the whole freaking thing with you. I don't remember that. And I'm like, well, we did.
What's funny is I can see this conversation playing out in my head in the Kiper household.
Yeah. I don't know. It's so funny.
That's kind of like I went first last week. You go first this week.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Number 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
My number 2 is Elf. Another great comical movie. It was the movie that put Will Ferrell on the map.
Yes.
He had done some smaller roles prior to that, but that was the one that put him on the map. That was when, and you know, the crazy part about it is I saw something the other day that he was not the first choice to do that. They wanted Chris Farley to play that role.
That movie, I love Chris Farley.
I do
but
too.
That movie would have sucked.
Yeah. Chris Farley couldn't have pulled that off.
No.
There are parts that are made for Chris Farley, Tommy Boy, Rip, you know. But no, he couldn't have done that. He was also supposed to be Shrek. Did you know that?
Did not know that.
There goes our cops. There is a cut out on the socials of where he recorded the first episode. He died. Hang on a second. Here comes our sirens. He died before they got to finish the movie. That's how Mike Myers wound up with the role.
So they went back and had to re-record?
It wasn't completely done. Yep. But it was originally him, and it did not sound right.
No.
Because he was not a voice guy.
Right.
You know, he was Chris Farley. It was his voice.
He's a slapstick comedy.
Yeah. You know, Mike Myers has the ability to change the voice and do all that and talk different, you know. So Shrek would have never been the same if it had been Chris Farley. And it probably wouldn't have went anywhere, because if they'd put the first one out and then he died, somebody else is going to take over that role. How would they have done that? So I don't know. Anyways, Elf is my number 2. We like to get off on these side topics.
My number 2. Well, first of all, let me say Elf probably should be on my list, but it's not. It's a very high-ranking honorable mention. My number 2 is one that sparks debate with everybody.
Jeez, oh, Pete, you're fired. I already know where you're going with this.
What is it?
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
Not Die Hard with a Vengeance or the original Die Hard.
Do you really believe that's a Christmas movie?
The whole plot of the movie is him getting a Christmas present back to his kid. Die Hard, absolutely 100% is a Christmas movie.
Well, if we want to move some, stuff on social media and get some interactions, that would be the one that would do it. I guarantee you that. I knew when you said the controversy, I knew exactly where you were going.
I could really make a lot of people mad. Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Michael Jordan is the GOAT, and pineapple does belong on pizza.
I'm good with 2 of the 3 of those. I'll be honest with
You're
you.
not
I
a pineapple
probably have
fan?
not seen,
You're not a pineapple fan?
that was not the one I wasn't disagreeing with. Die Hard is
Oh,
not a Christmas
I
movie.
forgot you already said
Michael
Die Hard.
Jordan is the GOAT, and pineapple does belong on pizza. I probably have not seen Die Hard since it first came out.
Really?
Yeah. It was just never one of those movies that I watched a whole lot. So I do remember him walking in, catching his wife cheating, and he goes, "Who's in the closet?" It's like, and then he pulls his gun out and he starts counting down because he was going to fire into that thing. You're so stupid. So, anyways, all right, number 1. We'll wrap this show up.
Do we even have to finish the show?
I mean,
Is there a question?
if all 5 of us were here, what's the chances that anyone would have had a number 1 other than Christmas Vacation?
0. 0% chance that if all 5 of us were here.
We need to post that question in our group chat, and I'm just curious to see. But I mean, I'm sure you're the same as me. I don't think there's a better Christmas movie than Christmas Vacation, and it is a standalone. There's 4 of the Vacation movies, right? Mm-hmm. Well, technically 5, because you had Russ that took the place a few years ago. I have not seen that one, so I don't know if it's any good or not. But
That's Christmas Vacation 2.
No, there's one just called Vacation, and it was when Russ was the adult.
Oh, okay. Because there is a Christmas Vacation 2 that I've never seen.
Okay, yeah, I've seen it. It sucks. Because I don't think it had Chevy Chase in it.
No. But you have
the original National Lampoon's Vacation.
European Vacation.
European and Vegas. And then Christmas. Which I have ranked as Christmas 1, the original number 2, Vegas number 3, and European number 4. It was awful.
European does not even belong in the same list.
The best part about European was Russ looking for the naked women, and him getting stuck in the roundabout and could not get out of the roundabout when he was driving around the roundabout.
Yeah. No, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
My opinion, the European Vacation, the best one is when they're where are they? In Denmark? Where he's got the lederhosen on and is having to dance with or was that in Germany or something?
It may have been. Look, I've only seen that one once or twice.
When he gets kind of the same deal.
Yeah.
Don't remember how he got in the outfit, but they were doing a dance. He had no idea what it was, and somehow he gets stuck in front of all these people doing this dance. And every time they just lift up their big beer steins and start chugging. That's probably one of the only funny parts in that movie.
Yeah.
I agree. That one was horrible.
Yeah.
But Christmas Vacation, has to be the
very quotable movie.
Yeah.
So, and I'm wearing my shirt in a world full of Grinches, be a Griswold. So, All right, guys. Well, that was episode Stone Cold. Okay, 316 if you don't know. Anyways. All right, guys. Welcome into 2025. We're rolling on. Tune in Saturday for episode 317, where we obviously will be talking about PlayStation games because it's the only one left on the wheel.
But you're still going to have to listen to Spin.
Still going to have to listen to
because we're going to act like we don't know what's going to come up.
We have no idea what's on that wheel. Daron might not realize there could be a secret topic on the wheel that I haven't told him about. Catch you next time.
Happy New Year.
The Moco Four Horsemen would like to thank you for listening to From Corner to Corner. Be sure to go out and follow us on Twitter, on TikTok, on Facebook, Instagram, and even YouTube. Whatever podcast platform that you listen to us on, be sure to go out and give us a 5-star review. Thanks as always, and we look forward to seeing you next week.